There are so many different types of bags to carry your camera gear in. Over-the-shoulder bags, backpacks, cases, even bags that were not made for photography gear. With all these choices, it's hard to know which one is right for you. I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of each type of bag, and at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you which bag I choose, so stick with me to find out. There are so many camera bags out there and they can get so pricey. Therefore, consider 4 things while you're thinking about the next type of camera bag you are going to purchase. First and foremost, your camera bag has to be comfortable. It has to fit you. Remember that you're going to be carrying around all of your heavy camera equipment in this bag while you are out. It has to work for you. Ensure that the bag that you get will hold all of the gear that you want it to hold. Now remember, the more gear that you put in the bag, the heavier it's going to get. So be realistic. But as an example, if you shoot with a camera with a grip, make sure that the bag is deep enough for the camera and the grip, because you don't want to take that apart every time you put your camera into the bag. Make sure that the bag works for the gear that you're putting in it. Make sure that you can access your gear quickly from whatever type of bag that you get. This is really often overlooked, and it's a mistake that I have made in the past as well. If you're a wedding photographer or a street photographer or someone that needs quick access to their equipment, your needs are going to be different than if you, say, shoot landscapes or seascapes where you go and you set up and you get ready ahead of time. Make sure that whatever type of bag you choose fits the type of access that you need to your bag. It's really important to think about how much a bag costs. Bags are very expensive, but gear is really expensive as well, and you want to make sure that whatever type of bag you choose, it's going to protect your gear and keep it safe. A few years ago, I was on a trip to Carmel, and on the first day, my bag's zipper broke, and from that point on, I would have had no way to hold any of my gear in a bag and go anywhere. Luckily, I was able to go to a local shop and replace the bag, but this was super inconvenient. So be prepared to spend a little bit more money than you think you might need to make sure that you get a high quality bag that is going to hold up and keep your gear safe. It's important to consider these things before you buy a new camera bag to ensure that you get the bag that's best for you and your gear. Now that we've talked about the things to consider when you're thinking about purchasing a bag, let's talk about the pros and cons of each type of bag. Over-the-shoulder camera bags are great for quick access to your gear, and many of them are great at blending in when you're out and about. I will caution you though, these bags can really wear down one of your shoulders if you're carrying your gear around all day. But remember, these shoulder bags are great for the photographer that wants to be mobile, on the move, and have quick access to their gear. Backpacks can hold a lot of gear, and some of them even have ways for you to access your gear without needing to take the pack off. While backpacks can carry a lot of gear, this adds a lot of weight. If you have back pain, be careful going with the backpack option and putting too much weight in it. Backpacks are great for the person that's hiking into nature to take, say, landscapes, or for the person that just has the need to carry a lot of gear with them. Cases are weatherproof, secure, and give a lot of protection to your gear. Cases can be large and hold a lot of gear, but they are not practical in most cases to carry around with you while you're out shooting. Typically, cases are good if you have a place where you can centralize leaving your gear, i.e., if you're out and you want to leave gear in your car in a case and then come back and cycle through. Or another great example is when I'm shooting weddings, I will take a case with me and have a second set of gear in it in case I have any issues with my main set of gear. Cases are great for carrying lots and lots of gear. Non-camera specific bags can be a really good budget option, or they can be a great option if you need to blend into your environment. So a great example of this is if I'm shooting in, say, a gritty downtown area that, has a high crime rate, I might try to blend in a little bit more and use a bag that doesn't scream, I have a lot of expensive camera gear in it. While these bags might be good to blend in, most of the time these bags are not going to protect your gear as well as a camera specific bag. And they're not going to have all the great little pockets for the accessories like memory cards and filters that you would see with a camera specific bag. Non-camera specific bags are great for the photographer that is trying to blend in. This would be like a street photographer or environmental photographer, somebody that doesn't want to draw attention to themselves. Now that we've talked about the different types of bags, it's really important to know the gear that you want to carry with you. Remember, you don't have to carry all of your gear all of the time. I used to carry around the big backpacks, and I would never consider doing that and carrying that much weight today. So be specific. Think about the things that you're going to need and the situations where you will need that gear. Personally, I like to use all of these choices for different things. I have a case that holds my gear when I don't have it in a bag. This really helps me keep everything organized so that I can grab it quickly and easily. I use over-the-shoulder camera bags when I'm going to shoot an event like a wedding, or if I'm just going to go out around the city. I use backpacks if I'm going to go out hiking all day, because not only does it allow me to grab my gear, but I can grab some extra clothes and some food and some water to go along with that. By having multiple bags, I was able to get comfortable getting smaller bags, and as a bonus, buying multiple smaller high quality bags ended up being about the same price as buying one of the large gigantic bags. Choosing the right camera bag can be tough. There are so many different sizes and types to consider that it's just really hard to make a choice for the perfect bag. My recommendation really is for you to go to your local camera shop and try out a few of the different types of bags in different sizes. Most camera shops will let you put on a backpack or an over-the-shoulder bag and walk around the store. This will give you a better idea of what works for you and what doesn't, and you might even find something that you just fall in love with that way. If you don't have a local camera shop to go try out bags and you're purchasing online, I will stress, really think about the gear that you're going to put into the bag. Set the gear out, look at it, see how much space it takes up. Then go and look at the types of photography that you're doing. You can do this by just going and looking at the things you've shot. And then With those two things, hopefully you will be able to quickly narrow down to a bag that works for you. I hope this information helped you with your decision about your next perfect camera bag. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell me about your favorite camera bag in the comments. And until next time, enjoy your photography journey. To see 5 camera settings that will help you take better and more personalized image, click on the tile on the screen.